I'm Jay, just your average Aussie surfer. And this is Courtney, my stunning British missus. We met 4 years ago, and I really enjoyed her dance moves. And her ability to wrangle 6 pool toys at the same time. From that day on, she practically lived in my pocket. We just had such a bloody good time together. And thanks to Tony Ross and Denson Racing, we did a whole bunch of racing on sailboats. And thanks for not getting upset when we broke your boat, T. Ross. Our plan was always to travel the world together. And when we were offered the opportunity to take a boat from Australia to Singapore in 2015, we jumped at the chance. Life was good, and we felt like we were on top of the world, but it didn't last forever. In 2016, we were forced to take jobs on separate yachts. It sucked, and for the next 18 months, we saw very little of each other. Don't get me wrong, we were grateful to find work on super yachts and clocked up some great life experiences. But our relationship was only hanging on by a thread. We took a holiday together in October 2017 and pretty much fought the whole time. We realised that if we didn't find a way to be together again, the relationship wouldn't survive. We probably look happy in these photos, but the truth is, we weren't very happy at all. I had purchased a van to take surfing while based in San Diego. So we left our jobs, converted the van, and called it home.
I thought there was a pretty good chance of finding some weird stuff in here once I started pulling the walls and the floor and all that kind of stuff out, and an old pack of beef jerky.
The van wasn't finished, but that didn't matter. We were excited to experience van life for the first time.
So, we haven't even been van lifers for a day really, and it's pretty hard to believe that Courtney's already got the hairiest armpit I've ever seen. Have a look at this thing, mate. Do you mind if I give that a little plait later?
Have a go at Courtney, brushing her teeth on the side of the road for the first time. And getting caught.
One. Health and happiness are in your destiny. Yay, yay. Strong.
We hoped the fortune cookie was right, because most of the time, we weren't very happy at all. We decided our best bet was to head to Mexico. So we loaded all our crap in the van and grabbed a quick coffee before heading to the border. Now's not the time. Now's seriously not the time, eh? Now's not the time, because I'm really upset.
It's always going to be the time. Not the time, mate. It's not the time.
What do you mean, mate?
When you were pissed off with the van and you was having yourself a moment and I was filming you, you said it's not the time. And now I'm pissed off with the van and it's not the time!
Got my festive cup today because it's Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. Where are we going today, Shaz?
Mexico.
The border crossing was pretty straightforward. They took Courtney away for a quick cavity search. While I put the van through the X-ray machine.
Okay, cool.
After that, old mate came for a little poke around inside, and once he saw the state of the place, he was out of there pretty quickly.
He had a fumble around in the back and there was that much crap in the way. He could hardly even see anything.
And that was it. We were in. We found some accommodation just outside of Tijuana so we could continue working on the van. We were in the ghetto, and it was our first real taste of the Wild West. The neighbourhood was rough. Nearly every house on the street behind us had been stripped by thieves and drug addicts. But it was cheap, on the beach, and exactly what we needed. Our landlord, an ex-gangster, seemed like a top bloke. He gave us a rundown of the area and ensured our safety. So we moved in right away.
All right, so we just moved into this place here. It's a little pink love palace. Pretty cute, eh? And we're going to be here for 3 weeks, so we've got time to get everything out of the van and work on it and try and get it ready before we head south.
First up, I found a local metal shop to build us brackets for the awning and racks for the surfboards. Javier did a great job. And as you can see, once I installed them, they look bloody beautiful.
I don't know if you can see in the background, but the waves are still pretty firing out there, and it makes it a little bit difficult to work when you can see pumping waves just out the front.
Surfing was going to have to wait. I had to head into town. While hunting parts in Rosarito, I crashed into a local taxi. The taxi driver got quite aggressive, so a local heavy, who also spoke English, jumped in and put him in his place. It nearly backfired though, as the taxi driver tried to call the cops. The last thing I needed was a cop with his hand out too.
This is the police, bro.
Why do you need to call the police? Come on, man. Don't call the police. Don't call the police.
He started to come around the corner and try and cut it on the inside of me, and I've clipped him. Obviously it's going to be my fault, so his boss is coming down, so let's see what happens. The van was still looking good, but the taxi, well, it was pretty rooted.
Come up with a price, or we can sort it out on insurance. I think it's better if we come up with a price, because otherwise it's going to take a while to go through insurance.
That afternoon, we settled on a price and went our separate ways.
Sorry, man.
No pasa nada, amigo, no pedo.
That was a rough one, Jay.
Crisis was averted and we were back to working on the van. Courtney was getting stuck into it with the spray foam and I was building stuff. Our time in the house passed quickly. We weren't as productive as we had hoped. We still weren't getting along, and our little pink love palace was more like a scene from the War of the Roses.
Not the Staffordshires. as much as I do.
More.
However, although far from complete, the van was looking a little better and it was time to move on. We made our way to Ensenada and went for a beer at Husong's, the oldest cantina in all of Baja. Old mate was pretty impressed with my beer trumpet and wanted to come and meet me.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
We made some new friends and we had a bloody ripper of a night. Next up was Baja's famous wine region, Valle de Guadalupe. The area is only a stone's throw from Ensenada and it boasts over 100 wineries and some truly spectacular landscapes. What should have been an amazing day was pretty much torture. Something was missing. Why were we so unhappy? Even the dog looked unhappy. We should have been super stoked to finally be back together again. And with only a day to go until Christmas, the tension was building. We both felt that we needed to make Christmas something really special. We woke up on Christmas morning in an incredible location with no one for miles. Instead of lazing around in bed, opening a few prezzies and really enjoying each other's company, we jumped out of bed and carried on like a couple of pork chops. Courtney was fussing around, making sure all the decorations were perfect and presenting all of the presents. And I was rushing around, making sure I had great footage of all such well-presented items. While heading to the stream to get a nice location shot, I did myself a mischief. I went arse over tit and headfirst straight into a shallow part of the stream, breaking my finger and putting my camera in the drink. After the accident, we cooled our jets and started to relax a little. And for the first time in a very long time, it started to feel like us again. And then someone else showed up to the campsite.
Guacamole machu. Hijo de la chinga. Is that a joint, man?
Yup, we got fully cooked and laughed until we couldn't breathe. And finally, we were mates again.
I'm Jay, and this is Courtney, and this is our story.
Snow starts to fall, and then you know it's Christmas.
Episode 1 in the can.
Yes!
Mate, it's pretty exciting for us, and especially the fact that you're watching this now, which we think you're watching. If you're watching, you must be watching. So you got to the end of the first one. Look, we got so much great stuff to come. What have we been up to, Courts?
Oh, we've done so much stuff. We've been hanging out with the whales. Catching up with some friends. Surfing, Scorpion Bay, wow.
So yeah, if any of that tickles your fancy, I mean, episode 1 was just about getting to know us. Now you're going to see what we've been up to. If you want to see it, make sure you click the subscribe button. I'll put it somewhere here, or I'll get someone, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'll get someone to put it there. And if you can't wait and you want to know the minute it drops, make sure you turn on notifications, super important. And Courtney was really, really embarrassed about something in the movie. So,
oh gosh. Oh really, yeah. Really hope no one sees it.
So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you want to have a guess, stick it down in the comments below and we'll see if someone can pick it. But anyway, look, thanks for watching. Stoked you're still here, and yeah, be a part of it. Be a part of it. Watch the rest of them, mate. They're coming, mate. They're coming on strong.